everyone, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing another edition of the makeup collection video. This is going to be all of my highlighters that I have. So I just kind of threw everything from my collection into this little bin. I'm not going to be really doing anything in any particular order. I'm just going to be going through and talking about each one of my highlighters that are in my collection. And I have both of my dogs in here right now. Two of my dogs in here. I have 3 dogs because they want to be with mommy and they literally will not stop whining at the door. So if you guys hear stuff going on in the background, that's what we have going on. Okay, so the very first product that I have, I actually just got this highlighter and it's actually a duo palette. So technically this would have gone in my palette edition of this series, but the highlighter in this palette, this is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Contour and Highlighting Palette. Chalupa, settle down. Settle down, Munchkin. He's got like this water bottle toy and he keeps clicking with it. But anyways, this highlight shade right here is freaking gorgeous. If you guys can see that, it's what I have on all of my face today. It is so amazing. Both of the shades in this palette are so gorgeous. The contour shade is what I have on right now. They're creamy, they're buttery. I'm so happy that my mom got me this palette. I am obsessed with it. This highlight is one of those highlights that just makes your skin beam and glow from within. It's not going to be like a crazy, weird, blinding highlight. It's going to be more of a very subtle, beautiful glow from within. That's definitely something that I would recommend if you are a bride or if you do any sort of freelancing stuff. I would recommend having that in your kit. So the next highlighter that I have is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette, and this one is in the shade Catwalk Pink. So this is what it looks like right here. It really has 4 different shades in the little compact. It has like a really pretty gold shade, a darker pink shade, a light pink shade, and then a really pretty champagne shade. Typically how I will wear this is just kind of swirl all of the colors together. I actually really like this. It was, I want to say like $3 or somewhere along those lines. Wet n Wild is a super affordable makeup line. And I'm really impressed with this highlighter. I know that a lot of people really like it. It's definitely worth the money to me. It's not going to be like as great of a highlighter as like something like Becca or Anastasia Beverly Hills, like that sort of thing. But it's definitely good and it's really, really affordable. And the next one is actually from an indie brand that I have been really, really enjoying lately. This is the Luxie highlighter, and this one is in the shade Pandora. So that is what it looks like right here. It's a really gorgeous lavender shade, and I know that the owner of the company just came out with this gorgeous color for highlight that looks a lot like the Estee Lauder Heat Wave and the Charlotte Tilbury one, the highlighter. And so I'm really, really excited because I want to get my hands on that highlighter. And they also came out with new packaging. This is what the packaging looks like for the highlighters before, but I'm pretty sure that they are launching new packaging as well. So this highlighter is really gorgeous. It gives a very nice kind of duochrome finish to the skin. However, I will say that whenever I am more on the tan side, like this color right here, I'm very golden right now. This shade is like not a great shade for me because it's just too white, if that makes any sense at all. So it makes like that part of my cheekbone just look a little bit too stark white. It doesn't really flush well with my skin tone unless I'm really, really pale. So in the winter time, I can definitely rock this, but in the summertime and things like that, I would probably use this more as like an eyeshadow or like a brow highlight or something like that. It's just not really a shade. The lavender shade is not really something that I can wear whenever I'm more golden. So I'm really interested to get more of their highlighters because they do have a very, very big range of highlighters and they all look gorgeous. So one of the liquid highlighters that I have, I actually haven't used this in a long time, but this is the Josie Maran Argan Illuminizer. It looks like this. It comes in a little pump, And what I have done with this before is I will mix this in with my liquid foundation before I apply it. The last time that I did that, I kind of felt like it broke up my foundation just a little bit. It wasn't terrible or anything like that, but it just kind of broke up my foundation as I was wearing it, specifically throughout the day. So what I would recommend for applying this is just kind of to take a couple of pumps on your fingertips, or like a pump or two at most, and just kind of like dot along where you want to highlight, and then kind of gently rub it in. That's how I would apply it now, after kind of seeing how it mixed in with my foundation. But I definitely will be wearing this a lot more in the summertime because it just kind of adds a little bit more of a tint to my foundation as well. So I like to wear this whenever I am a little bit darker because it is going to darken up my foundation. So two highlighters that I have are actually kind of like a highlighter blush duo, but I just decided to throw it into this because whatever, right? So these are the Beauty For Real double-ended cream highlight and blush duos. So I have one in the shade Get Lit, and this is what the highlighter looks like. So it's kind of just like a chubby stick, and then that is what it looks like. So to be completely honest with you, I haven't even used these. Honestly, I'm feeling a little bit confused about Beauty For Real right now. I don't know. I have like literally every single one of their lip products. I don't know why I haven't been gravitating towards these. This is the other shade. This one is in High Beam. It's kind of more of like a pinky shade. It's okay, Duchess. It's all right, baby. This one is definitely more of like a pinky shade, but I don't know. To be honest with you guys, I feel like I kind of got a little bit scammed when I purchased their like starter kit as an affiliate. So whenever I just have to go on this rant really quick, but whenever you are a new YouTuber, basically, unless you have like 10,000 subscribers, a lot of companies will kind of take advantage of that because they're wanting, you're wanting to kind of start out and like get your hands on some, really good products. And so basically what a lot of companies will do is they'll contact you. They'll be like, hey, I really want you to be an affiliate with my company. But with that, instead of being on their PR list and getting like the actual free products that a lot of the bigger beauty influencers receive, you have to pay a percentage towards the product. So for example, this entire container back here is full of all of the Beauty For Real lip creams and the lip glosses. So they come in like a little tube like this. And basically what I had to do is they would give me like a discounted rate, and I would purchase the entire kit, but then I would get like a commission code. So with that being said, I really do enjoy their products, especially their lip products. I have used those a lot in the past. However, I have had subscribers and I have had family members and friends who have used my code, and I haven't received any emails, any commissions or anything. And whenever I have contacted the company, I'm like, hey, like I know for a fact, like I was kind of there whenever they used my discount code, and why am I not receiving this? And I didn't really get the response that I was looking for. So, it's just one of those things to be aware of whenever a company doesn't really treat its affiliates with a lot of respect. I just feel like that in of itself is kind of just like poor customer service. So end of that rant, but basically like I've used the blush ends of these. I haven't really used the highlight ends of these as well. They have swatched really nicely, but I don't know. I'm just kind of bitter. So I'm like, I have other products I can use. Another liquid highlighter is the Cover FX Custom Enhancing Drops. This one is in the shade Sunlight. They have, I think, 4 or 5 different shades of the, like the illuminizing ones. Oh my God, you guys, this is literally like liquid freaking gold. I know that these have been super hot all over social media, but they really are amazing. They're fabulous. They're super blendable. Whenever you mix them in with your foundation, you can wear them on top, or you can mix it in whatever you choose. Whenever you put it on top, I just recommend like kind of applying it with your finger and like lightly rubbing it into your cheek area. They're so freaking gorgeous, you guys. it literally is liquid gold. Like whenever you swatch this in Sephora, oh my God, me and my mom were just like, ah, like they're so freaking good. I absolutely love that highlighter. Another highlighter is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. Oh my God. Okay, so I actually have two of these. I have, this one is in the shade, what are you? It doesn't say. What shade is this? Oh, Crown of My Canopy. So this one is more of like a golden bronze color, if you guys can see that, and it has a really pretty imprint of like a leaf. And then my other one is more of like a yellow kind of champagne-y color, and this one is in the shade Precious Petals. So that is what that one looks like. I'll kind of show you guys side by side. But let me just tell you a quick little story about these little freaking bitch products right here. So I saw these on Amanda Insting's channel when they first came out. I was freaking the hell out because they just look so gorgeous on her. I went to every single Walgreens, like every single Walgreens that was around me whenever I was living in Georgia. I literally dragged my husband out of the house on multiple occasions to go and find these freaking highlighters. I went to the Walgreens and the CVS when we went to visit my in-laws. Like every single time I came down to Florida, like I was on the hunt for these. And then it wasn't until, I want to say like 3 weeks ago, I go in to get some of the wedding pictures printed from the Walgreens like right down the street, and like at this point I had totally given up on finding these highlighters, and I was like, yeah, let me, you know, just go down to the little makeup aisle and just see what they have, because I love makeup obviously. And I saw these, they were both the last ones, and I literally screeched in the middle of the store, and I was like, oh my God, like I finally found these little guys. And it was so worth it. Like they are amazing. I think that they're like $5 or something like that. I just have to swatch one just so I can show you guys how freaking gorgeous they are. Look how metallic that is. It's so pretty. This one is in the shade Crown of My Canopy. I'm obsessed with it. Do you guys see that? It's gorgeous. Like I highly recommend these if you feel like you want to go online and purchase them on the online store. I would honestly highly recommend that. One highlighter that I have from ColourPop is this little guy right here. It is called Stole the Show, and all of their highlighters are like their eyeshadows that come in this kind of packaging. They have more of like that watery consistency. So what I really like to do whenever I'm applying any sort of like ColourPop, like this kind of formula, because I know that they just came out with a bunch of pressed products, but anytime you see like this kind of white packaging, I love to use a duo fiber brush whenever I apply it. So for this particular highlighter, it gives such a beautiful glow to the skin. I like to use it on my cheekbones and especially on my Cupid's bow, because this one is like a pop-in highlight. It is really pigmented. It's super pretty, but it is definitely on the dramatic side. But that personally is just my preference. I either use my fingers for ColourPop eyeshadows and products that come in these kinds of containers, or I will use a duo fiber brush. This highlighter, you guys, I have wanted this highlighter for so freaking long, and when I got it in the mail, I was not disappointed. This is by Gerard Cosmetics, and this one is in the shade Marilyn. So it reminds me a lot in terms of the color of the Jaclyn Hill and Becca Cosmetics, the Champagne Pop. It's really similar in color. It's about a tone lighter though, I will say that. So it's really pretty. The formula is definitely not quite as creamy as the Becca highlighters, but it's definitely up there. It's really pretty. It's super pigmented. It gives a beautiful glow to the skin. I really like this highlighter. I'm actually going to be purchasing some more highlighters from Gerard Cosmetics. Honestly, every single thing that I own from Gerard, all of the lip glosses, the liquid lipsticks, like the Hydro Matte liquid lipsticks and stuff like that, like I haven't gotten a product from them that has disappointed me. I'm really impressed with all of their products. And I have a couple of their bullet lipsticks too, and they're just amazing. Then I have two of the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I have this one, which is in the shade Opal. It's a really beautiful, cool tone, kind of silver highlight. As you guys can see right here, I use this a lot in the winter time when my skin is a lot more fair, just because it kind of hits fair skin, in my opinion, much more prettier than it does with golden skin tones. And then I have the color Champagne Pot, which again is by Jaclyn Hill and Becca Cosmetics, and this one I use honestly all year round because I do have very golden undertones in my skin. Honestly, you guys, like, in my opinion, these highlighters from Becca Cosmetics are the best highlighters in the entire game of highlighters. The Tarte palette that I just got hits pretty close in terms of the formula because it's very, very buttery, but these are just like, they're so smooth. Like, they're not powdery at all. It's like they put freaking Jesus juice or something in here. It's so freaking amazing. The consistency is beautiful. It shows up really, really well on the skin, and it gives a beautiful glow, but you can also apply enough to where it's like, woo, you're glowing in the dark sort of thing. So it's definitely a buildable highlight. I love those highlighters, and I honestly really want to get more. And then the last highlighter that I have in my collection is the Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminating Veil. And this is actually a really, really pretty highlighter. It's in this little container right here. It's definitely, it reminds me a lot of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders because, again, it's going to give you more of like that healthy glow from within. It's not going to be as, like, it's pigmented, but it's not going to be as like showy, I guess is a good way of putting it, as like the Becca highlighters or the Wet n Wild highlighters. It's just going to be more of like that subtle glow from within. It adds just kind of like a little bit of a dewy effect to your skin. It's really, really pretty, and I'm impressed with it. Yeah, so that's it. That is all I have for my highlighter game. I really, really enjoy making this series for you guys. I just think it kind of gives me more of an opportunity to just sit down and talk about makeup instead of, you know, running through the makeup tutorials. I'm just trying to find more videos where I can sit down and interact with you guys some more. If you do have any really good recommendations for cruelty-free highlighters, please let me know, because I am a huge highlighter fan. I feel like I have a lot more of other like category of products than I do of highlighters. But yeah, so I'm just obsessed with them. Oh my God, did I include that in my palette video? I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. Yes, I think I did. Yes, I did. I did include that because it was a palette for sure. Okay. So I do have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. So yeah, I don't know. I'm obsessed with highlighters. I think that they're really pretty. I like the idea of highlighters because it just adds a lot more dimension to your skin. Like right after I put on my foundation and I'm looking in my viewfinder, I'm just like, I literally look like a dead person right now because I have no definition to my face at all. So I love bronzers, I love contour, I love highlight. I just think it adds so much dimension to the face, and they're really, really fun. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, or if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys soon.